We're live! And I just remembered I don't have Bardley going. Whee!
Yay!
Well, I don't even have it pulled up, so we're doing
We're just
great.
gonna switch that real fast. We're gonna
It's
put
been,
on some... Not?
a hot minute.
Maybe that... Oh god, that's so loud. That's so loud. Okay.
It's hardly a problem, though.
Ha!
Alright.
Anyway.
That's all for today, folks. That's all
Alright,
for
they're
today.
constrained,
Logging
guys.
off. Yeah.
Anyway, welcome everyone to tonight's episode of Oodvin. It has been a while. We are so sorry. We have had one thing after the next. Some tough weeks. The whole 9 yards. But we're here for you tonight, and for each other, playing some good old D&D. As always, my name is Maxwell Williams. I am your DM for this session, and I play a whole bunch of crazy, quirky, interesting characters, including the red-haired Spitfire by the name of Axel. So yeah, let's go around. Let's introduce everyone. Let's figure out who we are again.
My Bardway isn't working.
Did you use the latest link?
Yeah, I think so.
Huh. Oh yeah, mine stopped working too.
Shit.
Oh.
Here, I reload.
Oh no.
I
In the
forgot I put the
meantime-
Talk of Wisdom in G major
There we
4
go.
in the music chat.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Also,
Uh,
my mic's on, right? We're not?
Yep.
Okay, beautiful.
Sure, there we go. Yep, I can totally hear it now.
Did you reload your
Hi,
page?
guys.
To reflect it.
I did, and it's still not working. My name is Sam Rinaldi, and I don't know how to use a computer. Also, I play Winnie Winslow, the human Twilight cleric, who probably also doesn't know how to use a computer. That's it.
Hi, folks. My name is Connor McGinley. I play Lilibet Pembroke, who has been through quite a journey last time, as she tried to contact the entity in the shard and learned virtually nothing. But now we know a little something, at least, about the shards.
Hi everyone, my name is Dame Brancato, and I play Zephyr Windstrider, the Air Genasi College of Swords Bard Paladin of the group, and the title gets longer. Little wholesome fact about Zephyr this week is last session he mentioned to Octavia that he has noticed that she has a little crush on Alessander. The reason that he notices this is he noticed that she looks at him probably the same way that he looks at Winnie.
Hi, my name is Julia Risto. I don't know what he's talking about because Octavia Lagazur, my half-orc, she is now a warlock swashbuckler. Wow, swashbuckler. I'm having a struggle. Swashbuckler. Yeah, she doesn't know what he's talking about. That's really stupid. Anyways, moving on. She told him that she doesn't hate him, and he rolled to see if that was truth, and definitely could not tell. So leave that to your interpretation.
We lost Connor.
Got her.
Still Zephyr, we're good.
It's already started. We're down one.
Womp womp.
Oh,
Tonight is
hello?
not gonna go well.
My name is Aaron Borden. I play the character Februm Cask, the Simic hybrid blood archer. And last time he had a very philosophical discussion with Lily.
And my name's Drew Borden. I play Audrey Bernask, the artificer. What's it called? Armor artificer and paladin of devotion. No redemption. Forget things.
It's a time. We're all struggling. Woo!
And he also had a discussion with Winnie. And he's gonna open this box or die trying.
hey, and Winnie supports it. Kinda. She supports Al. She doesn't support the box.
And she
Box
doesn't
is scary.
support Al dying.
Okay.
No.
but she does support Al trying.
Very true.
Mhm. Okay, so we're gonna do our best to recap what happened last time. We've unfortunately lost the VOD. Up in smokes, flames, tears, but you know what? It's okay. So our party started on the little island in the Silent Lake that the lake folk will often do their Testament of Strength. I can't remember what the name is.
It is the rite of passage.
The Rite of Passage. Aha! But now the lake folk, in conjunction with the Aofian refugees, are setting up a colony there to the best of their abilities, while Aofic proper is currently burning, covered in a really nasty, like, purple and red storm. And there may or may not be the silhouette of some draconic figure standing on top of a half-broken Ravensight tower. But, you know, before they finally got out of the island and into the waste, as mentioned or hinted at earlier, Lily and Februm took both of their shards, created a little circle on the ground, held hands, and began to circulate the energy of the shards between the two of them, connecting to some kind of consciousness. Not fully formed, not an individual self at the moment, but enough to give them some answers and to point them in a few directions before it created a pinpoint hole up into the sky, maybe drawing on a little too much energy there for the time being. But they were luckily pulled out of it before anything dangerous happened, other than a little bit of exhaustion from holding on to the shards and doing all the stuff. The party got in their newly named Tide Strider and revved the engine and took off into the waste. It is darker than what they're usually used to. There are no crystals giving off bits of dim light. It is a dark, desolate expanse of land. They travel for most of the day before coming upon the remnants of an ancient city, crawling with different creatures and hearing a couple of skittering noises here and there. The party decides to take the longer way around, taking the bypass around the city, over to the other side before deciding to camp there for the night. I know I'm missing something. If anyone else wants to fill in, the conversations were had. No, the sleep was not made. Was not interrupted. Excuse me. Because Al had a whole conversation with Winnie about opening up the box and having to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
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 And I already know exactly where we're starting. Well, I did also have a conversation with Februm about, like, the tentacle arm thing. And it's like, hey, why do you experiment on yourself?
The
Around my parts,
philosophical
we kill
questions of
monsters.
experimentation.
Yes.
Oh, and Axel and
Axel and Iris are getting real close.
Iris. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're you know, the two NPCs, they're not chatting because I don't want to interact with the party. They're chatting because they're interested in each other, you know.
Right.
They're just infatuated.
Max, you're telling me you don't want to flirt with yourself live on stream?
You know, not right now. I'm sure it'll happen eventually, but for the time being, we open back up. It is the morning, but you can't really tell too much because it is still dark as shit. Even the full moon, this far out into the waste, there is a heavy smog that fills the air, clouding some of its view. So you're working with barely dim light at this point. But yeah. What's going on? What are we doing?
Lily has her arms crossed, up early. Al, what's up with your hands?
Get into this,
Let's-
right?
Busted.
Okay.
Right into it.
Right in the morning.
Ruh-roh, Reggie.
Me and Winnie, we inspected the box last night. I didn't try to open it, but we just wanted to see if I could see anything from it, and I had to be touching it while I was doing that, so...
When he starts waking up and she's like yawning and walking over, and she hears Al mention, "Oh, me and Winnie inspected the puzzle box." And she goes, and just backs away. She's like,
Why did you not wait for us to be awake?
Well, that... It would have been smarter, probably, but... Winnie is our resident healer, so I figured if anything went terribly wrong...
And Zephyr is your resident support person, right?
Oh,
The
I
one that
didn't try
makes it easier to do things?
from a
Yes.
distance, "Stop involving me!"
I wasn't trying to open it, and even if Zephyr was there, I'm not sure he would have been able to help. I had just casted a spell on it.
So you not trying to open it, just being clear, did that?
Yes. Well, that's just because I had to hold it for a minute.
I could vouch she did have to hold it in
It
order to.
Did that because you were holding it. It mauled your hands because you were holding it.
Have you seen the box?
Spike.
It's kind of like a take it out with the pillow.
They're like, no, 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 no.
Oh.
Ah,
I understand that it's sharp, but most things, like swords, can be you can still hold them without cutting your hand up.
surely you could dance around the spike.
Yes. I don't think that's how this works.
I gathered
know,
that.
The influence from it kind of... Ugh.
Just maybe in the future, don't interact with the puzzle box that you knew you weren't supposed to touch when we're not awake.
I will...
We weren't supposed to touch it.
That's why he got it on the pillow,
I had
right?
a pillow, yes. I thought that was clear.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. I
Come
I
here.
appreciate
Come here
your
for a
concern.
second.
Okay.
And she
Come here.
she takes Al's hands and prestidigitates the blood off, so
Yeah.
that they're just maybe a little scarred, but they aren't bloody at all anymore. Just be careful.
I don't know if I can say that I am being careful, but I will try to be careful when it comes to the box.
At least include us then.
I will.
Somebody has to save your ass, old man.
Somebody does. Which also, I was going to open this today.
Ah,
Well, then we might as well get it out of the way, right?
Oh, you should. Do we want to
this
get
like a nighttime?
like
thing,
yeah, somewhere a little
like-
away from the city of nightmares that we're standing right next to?
Well, maybe
I
we
don't know
can
if y'all
decide
forgot
if
about
we
the-
get to
the
go into the city of
zombies.
nightmares today.
You want to go back?
You want to go
Are
into
we
There
on
the
a
could be-
timer?
There could be treasures untold in there, don't you remember?
That's true.
Lily, I'm
You
not
can
gonna
see
lie, I make
Octavia-
treasure.
Octavia stands there like
There's
zombies,
probably
treasure,
a lot of old
zombies,
world
treasure.
treasures specifically.
Yeah.
You could be rich.
That is true.
Guys.
And
Big
who,
time.
like, it's not like there's gonna be a bunch of people, like, scavenging this stuff. No one comes out here and lives. Except us, because we're cool. So if
Well,
they did take stuff, they're probably dead in there with it.
Far be it from me to decline an adventure, especially one that involves treasure.
Lily, I've disagreed with a lot of your ideas over the past year, but I think you've sold me 100% on this. I honestly could not have said it better myself, word for word.
Let's stay in a distance at least until we figure out what was moving.
So we open
Okay,
this
well,
box
Around
before,
him.
Some of us can
or-
scout while Al opens the box. Not all of us will have 3 people watching Al.
Dibs on scouting team.
I
I'm-
need you.
I
actually.
believe you're a
You
good
should-
helper for that.
You should stay with Al.
I start walking towards the city and I slap Al on the back and give him Bardic and shoot finger guns at him and like, you
No,
got
no,
this,
no.
buddy.
Octavia takes her
Zephyr,
hands and puts
this
them on
isn't something we
Zephyr's
just do
shoulders
one
and
time.
turns him around.
I don't
I
I
think he's
really
gonna.
thought you were gonna smack his
I
butt like
feel-
football style. Like, okay,
Oh,
bud.
it's so much funnier. Can I do that instead?
Dude, your hand stings because of his armor.
It's not like I'm giving it a massive smack. It's just a light little love tap.
No.
I
Clearly
can't
we
feel
don't
it.
know
That's
what you're
not how you
talking
do
about.
it.
This is a
That's not-
serious slap.
You're wearing
If
armor.
this is
you
locker
can't feel
room
it if
fare-
it's a serious smack.
This is
don't know
locker
what-
room fare. They
I
don't
don't
mess
know what that-
around.
Anyway,
I smack him on the butt
are,
hard enough that you hear a ting. Shoot the finger guns at him,
oh,
and I give him Bardic and I say, "You got this, buddy."
It's your
I'm gonna go
ring.
scout.
Your ring like taps up against the armor.
Yeah.
I feel. Okay.
Zephyr, you're staying here.
Why?
Because
I
they
think
need
it might
you.
take longer than
Do they,
you're
though?
thinking. Cause like I don't know about everyone else, but like I forget like the things you say after like 10 minutes, and I don't remember why I was so inspired. And I get the feeling that other people are the same way,
I do get lost in thought.
right? Like I get distracted when it didn't
Yeah.
just happen.
And it must go by pretty fast when you're holding a very hurtful cube in your hands.
It must.
Octavia's like giggly.
I guess, are we sure that the scouting team will not need help as well?
Like,
If
yeah,
I can be the
well,
only
I
person
mean-
on the scouting team, and it'll be fine.
Oh, Lily and I'll go. It'll be fun.
Seriously, I can like fly and be gone
Do
instantly.
you
It's
have a
easy.
healer?
I can heal.
She can heal.
Okay.
You know,
you
it
guys,
just
you know,
came
I'm
to
really good
me
at healing
when I was
also.
touching the shard.
I'm
I guess-
probably
I guess
equally
I-
as good at healing.
I guess we don't really know what Lily can do now in her body, so if you say you
Alright.
can heal better than Zephyr, then
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about better, but probably
not winning
equally
this, am I?
good.
okay.
Do we have a... We do. Do the watches still work out here?
I haven't tried.
I call Februm.
Now we've been over this. You can't
Oh, you're
call
right. It's the group
Februm.
chat.
Yeah.
You can
It's
spend
the
an
group chat.
action
It's a-
to
it's a
submit
message.
ascending to the group chat.
There's a little bit too much stank on that. Through this.
We've been through this
Now,
already.
now.
How many times do I gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
I love the young people.
Alright, I send the group chat, you up to the
Everyone else's wristbands just.
Yeah, they work.
It works.
You can see me talking to you. What do you mean?
What? What do you mean
to prove a
up?
point.
Up?
No, I'm Al.
We're ground leveled. Is that up?
I mean, relative to sleeping.
Anyways,
I'm fed up with his attitude, but other than that,
if that's what we want to do, then I guess there's no better time than the present. And you might as well do the scouting while you have light.
Probably got like 9 minutes left. Before you stop feeling
Light.
so enlightened.
Yeah, she like looks up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, so let's divide the teams then.
Oh, just Lily and I need to go. I can go without being seen, and Lily's Lily.
Should we
We'll,
try to
like,
catch up with you
split-
after?
If you need a
finish
third
this.
person, I could.
Oh,
I could
we'll
join
come
along.
back. We're just going to
Yeah.
take a quick look, and then we can decide what to do from there.
All right. Well, we'll message you when we're done then.
Sounds like a plan. And Octavia will kind of do a 2-finger salute, and then she will stealth her way towards the city.
Sweet. You do that.
Do
Make a
I
stealth
need to
check.
roll? Yeah, I thought so. Oh,
I guess
what
I
is
should
that?
make a stealth. I guess I'll cast invisibility. Do you want
That-
invisibility?
You know what? I will take invisibility.
Okay.
if you're offering, why would I say no?
Oh geez, I don't know how this this character works. I'll just twin it. So I'm casting it at 2nd level.
Okay.
I basically like do this. I do like a light flame, like that like illuminates the outline of your body, and then it like turns off.
Nice. I got a 22 for stealth. I can
Oh.
count.
Ah,
We did get a long rest, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
21.
Hey.
Fantastic. Y'all start heading towards the city. Everyone else?
Save
I guess
Al.
Time.
I guess we're opening a
Save
box.
out. Yeah,
Okay.
I gave him the bardic.
I don't think I can do anything in particular, but I'll take a
Can-
look.
I cast Mage Hand.
Don't hurt yourself. I'll cast guidance.
Can I cast Mage Hand for the sole purpose of, like, telling Al, hey, if you need help, like, pushing or pulling something, and you don't want it to chop a finger off? Because I feel like that's a real possibility here. I can, like, back you up with that.
Doesn't Mage Hand like disperse
Oh,
after
gotcha.
being dealt damage?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that way I can
It'll just
like,
pop like a balloon.
Balloon.
Oh, I guess you're right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never
R.I.P.
mind.
Al,
Yeah.
So sad.
you getting this box out?
I'm getting this box out.
Okay. Well,
By the pillow first, and then as I start it, I'll touch it.
you know, as soon as you touch it, I'm gonna need a con save.
Oh, we didn't. Did we do this last time?
I think so.
I think
Pretty
so.
confident we did this last time.
No,
We probably did.
I think you just did well.
This isn't good, guys.
You have a lot of things to add to it. Hey, you've got guidance. You've got.
Yeah.
I'ma use that bardic right now.
Okay,
Oh
okay.
no.
Mm.
Hey, you can do it again.
Yeah.
Very true.
Okay, you said a con. Okay, with
Mhm.
a bardic and a flash of genius, that'll be a 15.
I get the feeling that's not enough.
A 15.
Guidance.
Guidance is not
Yay.
for
That's
saving
not
throws.
for saving throws.
It's not for saving throws.
You
You
have to
need
take
resistance.
resistance.
Ah,
No one would ever take that spell.
but who?
Sorry,
what
Al.
What happens?
Well, we'll get to that later.
Oh god.
Um,
All right,
This is
5
good.
seconds
Uh-oh,
into your check.
spaghettios.
Let's come back to that later.
We'll come back to that later. Al, you pick up the box, and the rest of you swear that the needle-like tips that surround this metallic box begin to extend themselves into Al's palms and then through the other side of his hands.
Mm.
And there, you look at Al to see if this is affecting him in any way, but he is focused in as the blood begins to drip down his hands.
Oh, so he can't stop.
Okay, Al, give me
Great.
that investigation check.
It's literally do or die.
Come on, buddy.
Damn.
Is anyone else re-upping their shit?
Guidance is still there.
Is there
is
any
down.
way?
Uh,
Is there any way I could be like doing a help action for this?
I guess I'm gonna give him another bar.
What's your intelligence?
+2.
Is it a 14 or a 15?
15.
Yes, you can help.
Ooh.
But do know you might suffer consequences. I will, if you go to help though, I will need a con save as well.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, it's fine.
it's
Surely
fine.
2 people can't say.
Surely,
Can't
surely not. All right.
Guess I bardic Al again.
How is a 21?
21 sounds great. It hurts like a bitch.
Yeah.
There is blood dripping from your hands. But you're not quite as pulled in as Al is at the moment. Al, if you want to make that investigation check with advantage.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. So 18 plus 8 from the guidance and bardic, so 26 is just the number.
Nice.
So
That's the rolled number.
that's the rolled number. So 40 with
Oh.
my investigation.
We do love a 40.
I will add a flash of genius.
Yeah.
Just in case the DC was 42.
Al, you get into a good rhythm. The people around you fade to a murky gray. Your entire focus is on the puzzle in front of you. There's no pain, there's no resistance. The rest of you watch Al impale his hands over and over and over again on the spikes of this box. Februm, at one point, Al grabs your hand and, shoves it into position to hold a piece as one of the longer spikes shoves its way through your palm, sticks out the other side. Blood begins to kind of pool down, dripping onto the dry ground beneath you while soaking and coating the box. But as time progresses, things slip into place. The blood almost acts as a lubricant, making the pieces easier to move as they shift from one spot to the other. It becomes a unnatural, gory mess. Until eventually, Al flips a switch deep inside the box itself, and it splits open like a freshly cracked egg. Gallons of blood begin to just spill out from it, spewing up like a geyser itself, covering the two of you. The other three have to... Four? there's 4 people there. Yeah, the other 4 have to kind of step back to stay out of the spray. But Al, you feel yourself come back into a consciousness. You look up, you see a blood-covered Februm, as you are now noticing the thick liquid dripping from your hair over your eyes. But the puzzle box is open. I would like Februm and Al. Al, please reduce your hit points to 1.
Okay.
And Februm, cut your hit points in half.
Oh.
Ouchie, huh?
So,
Nice.
how much
Now,
of that
this-
blood
Is
is
this
yours?
current hit points, or is this max hit points?
Current.
Okay.
You still succeeded on the investigation check.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Oh,
You
yeah.
might have failed the con save, but the investigation check was still there.
Yay.
What's in the box?
A dark void.
A dark
Oh.
void. I gotta put my hand in it.
Do you?
I kind of
Mage
look.
hand in there.
I kind of look up at Februm.
I should also say, as the box opens, all of the spikes retract back into it.
Okay.
I feel like that would almost hurt more if it's already through your hand.
Oh yeah, no, it pulls out of their hands back
Oh.
into the box. You see flesh get ripped outwards as there seems to be some kind of texture or barbing to the needles themselves.
So, like, you guys should. How much of that blood is yours?
All of it. A lot of it.
Probably most of it. How are you feeling, Februm?
It's not the first time I've been drenched in blood. I don't imagine it'll be the last.
You guys might want to get tested.
We should all get therapy.
That too.
I will.
He,
I'll slap my chest and pump my 25 lay on hands hit points before I put my hand in the void.
Al's back
can
would
feel
be
you too,
relatively.
Al.
sure you want to
I-
do that? You
Yeah,
look
I'm gonna-
very
Got a cleric
injured.
here.
I'm gonna touch Al's back in a spot that doesn't have blood and just pump all my lay on
There's
hands into
none.
him.
His back doesn't
Well,
have
no,
any
it,
blood.
yeah, his back wouldn't have had.
There's
blood
no
on it.
blood left in his body.
So
Al is
I'm gonna-
suddenly 15 pounds lighter, you know?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pump 20 points of lay on hands in him. Because that's all I have.
I'll
That's
I'll
that's
hit
what
I'll
she
hit
said.
myself with my second wind, just for fun.
Cleric feels like chopped liver.
No, if you want to heal him, I can only do 20 points.
Al, how you feeling?
I on a
Probably
scale
not great.
of 1
1
to
to
117, then 46.
Oh yikes! Okay, yeah. Let's get you.
How'd
Yeah,
you
I mean,
get
his
46?
hands are
Worry
so
about
fucking
him.
messed up.
Let's just get you all figured out. Okay. Let's Gosh, it's only the beginning of the day, isn't it?
Mhm.
It is. This is why I wanted
Yeah.
to wait.
You
This is
But-
why we couldn't.
you
wait,
wanted to do
though.
it now.
True.
Okay.
I said today.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just do.
Do we want to send like Mage Hand into
Is
the?
is.
Are you
Void?
sure you want to put your hand in there right now?
I am.
Yeah.
Wait, let me.
It didn't sound like he hesitated. In my
No,
head,
he
he
just
did
threw
the
it in.
chest
Yeah.
bump and
Just
pinned it.
Yeah.
If
Ow,
y'all want to
take-
start healing me while I'm doing
Take my
this, yeah,
5th
sure.
level cure wounds.
Oh,
Take it.
how much?
Hold on. I'm using D&D Beyond because I'm lazy.
Mhm.
That's a lot.
25.
Alrighty. Feeling funky fresh. What's in the box?
Why is the box?
You reach into the box, and there's a moment of sheer panic when your hand first goes in the box and you hear a clink, and the opening just one of these like, and just gets a little tighter around your wrist.
Oh,
but
Yeah.
you're
It's a
Can you
gauntlet.
make a hand for yourself too?
It's
But-
a club.
your fingers loop around something metallic with a kind of plastic like finish, and you pull out a magical device of some kind.
Okay.
What
It is the only thing that I can think of to what this looks like is the ankle braces that you have to wear if you get forced to stay in your house and stuff.
The house arrest
Yes.
bracelet.
It looks like a house arrest bracelet.
As somebody who
It's got
works
like
in
a-
the liquor industry, I see a
Okay.
lot of those.
Yep, it's got like a little like screen on top of it. It looks a little old. There's definitely some like wear to it, but holding it, you're like, this is a damn nice magic item of some kind.
This is a damn nice magic item of some kind, but I don't know what it is right now. Give me a minute, and I will.
Yeah.
Or 11.
Worry about
yeah.
that.
Do 11.
You spend 11 minutes. You ritual cast identify, and it comes up as an interest adjuster. Has the special little ability to suspend any status effect or condition of the person that it, is wearing it actively. It is attunement. But if you ever change status effects or change conditions, your interest is doubled, which means the effect does have the potential to get worse, last longer, around those lines.
Ooh.
But that only happens if you change it.
Okay.
So in other words, save it till you really need it.
Yeah.
Unconscious is a status condition. By the way.
No.
Hold on. Is this something I can add to my inventory?
This is not something you can add to your inventory. I can write it up for you later, though.
Alright, that would be great.
But just know that you can pick a condition, stop it from happening. And Al would know, especially holding this and knowing what they do. This can also affect things like curses, or any other greater conditions like that. Could probably work on the devouring if someone was infected.
Broken?
Fancy.
Oh shit.
It stops the
Well.
progression.
Stops the progression. Okay. I'll explain that. So overall, I think this was a good adventure, and yeah, I'm tired.
Does anyone have prestidigitation?
Yeah, I got you guys.
I'd like to get this cleaned up before they get back.
Oh, how would Zephyr cast prestidigitation? Probably just like snap into the finger guns at you guys. And you both are cleaned up. And I will think of a good song for prestidigitation that you would hear. At the car wash. Oh my god, that's so good.
Yeah. At the car wash, yeah. Anyway, our other group, while they clean up the several liters of blood that have been spilled upon the ground, our other group stealthily makes their way back into the cityscape. It does take you a little bit of time to actually get to the city proper. You were like a bit of the ways out, but you both can move pretty quickly. You start to get into the downtown area. Larger buildings that once would have towered into the sky now lay horizontal or diagonal, pressing up against other buildings. And while you are being very stealthy, the things around you aren't quite as stealthy as you are. As you begin to kind of see, sense, hear dozens and dozens of probably creatures about your size, scurrying up walls, climbing into different crevices, staying even out of the dimmest bits of light, and sticking to the darkness. There is the uncanny smell of undeath everywhere. And as you kind of round a corner, you look down the main street, and you see a mound of bodies. Just stacked, probably 3 stories tall.
That's pretty tall.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask.
Okay.
Ooh, that's good. That's a 25.
25 and a 26?
Yep.
Yeah, as you peer at this mound of bodies, it at first looks unmoving. Looks like a lot of dead beings and creatures. Lots of skeletons. The amount of flesh left on these beings is minuscule at best. But eventually you do see an arm move here and there. A leg kind of twitch over in the corner. This mound is not as dead as you would hope.
Like a snake's den of zombies.
Yeah.
Lovely! Now Octavia's gonna avoid that. How long is it?
The main
The
street
pile?
or
A pile. Like, does it take up the whole street, or...?
it takes up most of the main street. Saying that the street is probably 40 feet wide. You've got 5 feet on either side.
So within grabbing distance.
Mm-hmm.
Do they seem to, like, any zombies that we've encountered, do they appear to be, like, are they sight-based creatures or scent-based creatures?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
I only have a +1 to my insight. That's a 17.
As best as you can tell, there's probably a mixture. Most of these creatures still have some aspect of a red pupil. That bit of the devouring that is keeping their essence in continuation. And creatures that you've interacted with before, especially undead, usually still have some aspect of sight. But there are definitely a handful of creatures a little faster moving that don't seem to be relying as much on what they can see in front of them.
Cool. That's upsetting. All right. Yeah, Octavia's just gonna kind of take a lay of the land and see if there's anything that looks like it could lead to something valuable, or like just kind of keeping stock of how many things are running about.
Mm-hmm.
She's counting heads, essentially.
Okay.
And then also keeping an eye out for, oh, that looks promising, because, I mean, she does have a bit of a treasure hunter's nose.
Mm-hmm. Using your perception from before, there's not that much that you would think is valuable, especially on this surface level. Either while no one is actively here to ransack any of these cities, you can tell that by what you can tell is like storefronts, shops, businesses, residences, windows have been shattered. There is fire damage that has caused several of these buildings, especially their lower levels, to collapse. But what kind of draws your attention isn't necessarily up, but you see that there are steps all over the place that lead downwards on a city level. And from what you can tell watching the corpses move about, there doesn't seem to be many of them that are heading downward. Though you'll see several walk past these steps. One or two maybe stumble down a couple steps, but then there seems to be some kind of instinct that is keeping them from going below ground.
That could be really good or really bad. Yeah, I think she's curious, but not enough to get close. I don't know what Lily's doing.
I'm with you.
Okay, yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Octavia's kind of like, well, the stairs leading down are kind of strange, don't you think? They're not going in.
Maybe that's the treasure part.
Possibly, but this place seems pretty sans treasure, but I suppose... Well, do you want to go look and then maybe report back?
Kinda, but I also think we should just all go together.
Yes,
Unless
but
you
if
think
it's...
a waste of time.
Well, that's why we go just look. We don't have to go far down the stairs, but just
Okay, just a little bit. then.
just a little look. I think that just a little look. I think that's what's in order. And they will try to stealth their way over to the nearest stairs leading downwards.
Yeah, I need another set of stealth checks from both of you.
Okay. Oh my gosh, why do I keep doing this? 21.
Is a 25.
21, 25. Beautiful. The two of you are easily, especially with your invisibility, you're able to make a quicker beeline and just avoid a couple of those scurriers as you go. There's one moment where, from maybe half a block down, Lily, you see one of these creatures crawling on all fours, its back arched and curved in an unnatural way. Its elbows seem to be leading its progression forwards. Its head quickly shifts towards you as your toe just barely touches a pebble. And as you see this, you progress forward a little bit more just before it rushes over to where that rock is. But you are already away from its gaze. And you make it to the top of the stairs. You look downwards into pitch black. There is a unnatural haze of sorts.
Lily, is that magic?
Give me an Arcana check.
She just waved her hand in front of her. I think that's about the extent of her Arcana check. That's a 9.
It could. You mean it's not natural, so like
She goes,
magic makes sense.
and it doesn't go away. So she's like, probably.
That's a very sound answer.
I don't study this stuff. I just like throw magic.
Yes, right. Well, it seems very strange that there would be some sort of smog obscuring what I would presume to already be dark down these stairs. What's the over-under that there are people down there?
That means there's something there.
Yes, I know. It's nagging at me too. Well, instead of blindly walking into the unknown, let's blindly walk into the unknown with the others. Shall we return?
Yes.
Alright. And they will turn to leave.
Okay. Give me one more stealth check to just get out of the city.
Oh, that's not good.
23.
That's a 10.
With advantage?
Oh, I didn't roll at advantage.
Oh.
I was about to
That's
say.
That's an
I-
18.
I live off of advantage.
It's an 18.
18 and what you say, 20?
23.
23. Okay, you begin to make your way back. You're moving pretty quickly, beelining it towards the rest of your party. Octavia, at one point, you hear something that just, like, chills you to your bone, and you feel this uncanny presence of you being watched. Like, something is viewing
Perceiving
you.
me?
And it
I don't want to be perceived.
It distracts you just long enough for you to miss a step in front of you. The curb tilts off to the side. You lose your balance. Your shoes scuff on the pavement. And in the city, this dull, and even with the undead, this quiet, there is a small echoing that seems to emanate out. And there is a skittering, of several of these creatures that seem to not be using their vision begin to close in on you. There is a handful here and there. But they seem to have locked onto your position in some capacity or another. What are you doing?
Well, first I'm telling Lily, like, fly! Like, just go! And then I would like to cast Thunderclap.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We're doubling down.
Oh.
Doubling down.
I don't know, I'm a warlock now. Get fucked.
Do you wait? Do you wait for them to get close, or are
Yeah.
you okay?
Yeah, I wait for them to get close, and because it's a thunderous sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away. So I'm like, all right, well, if these bitches are coming to me anyways, why don't we just slap them all into one spot? So,
Thunderclap
yeah.
is only a 5-foot cube, right?
Yep. So I'm
There's
trying to
only
wait.
the-
Sound is big.
The sound big, 5-foot cube.
Sound big,
bird.
small area. So the
Yep.
first one that comes up to you, you throw this. It breaks your invisibility. You're now visible.
Sick.
It hits the one in front of you, sends it back. This is a third level, or a third increased cantrip. So yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of, you see its fragile bones fracture and crack. As it gets sent backwards, it kind of hits the ground with a slopping sound. One shot. I had ice in my mouth. As all of these other creatures, you now see like 12 stories up in these buildings, glass begins to kind of shift outwards as different beings have turned their heads, and you hear movement. You hear a catastrophe. Fuck, I can't think of the word.
Catastrophic.
A catastrophic amount of movement of bones and different bits of flesh, as not an entity in and of itself, but you see a rolling mound of corpses down the street begin to circle around, slowly moving in your direction, as more of these faster moving things begin charging you in all directions.
Cool. Neat. Do I
Lily?
have time to cast something else at will?
Lily, what are you doing first?
I'm
Sorry.
going to tap Octavia's back, throw some firelight under her feet, and tell her, if I'm flying, you're gonna fly too. And then
Okay.
I go up and away. Using my boots.
Using your boots.
Okay, now I can fly.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And I'm invisible
Thank-
too.
Thank you, Lily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can I?
Can you fly? You can fly. You're gonna get a couple of swipes as you get out of there, though, as these creatures begin to pile on
What?
top of each other, chasing up after you into the sky.
I was gonna ask if I could actually cast Silent Image and leave it on the ground.
Yes.
Cool. It's at will.
What's your spell save
And-
DC?
Oh lord, you're asking me that question that I need. I don't know.
It'll be on your spells tab, and it'll be up at the top. There's a modifier to hit, and then there should be a spell save DC.
The spell save DC is 16.
Okay.
Oh, it must be my charisma.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically it says you can create the image of an object, a creature, or some other visible phenomenon that is no larger than 15-foot cube. It appears spot within range. It's purely visual, but hopefully that's just leaving it there. And me, like, it looks like as I fly up, it looks like I'm almost like astral projecting myself.
Mm-hmm.
As I shoot up and leave an image, like a replica of myself behind. And granted, it won't last very long because they could pass through it, but at least it should give me enough time to get up and get out of there, hopefully.
You project this image and push off the ground, racing upwards into the sky away from these hundreds of undead heading in your direction. And unfortunately for you, the creatures that were right on your heels don't necessarily rely on their sight
I
for
figured.
tracking down their prey, and your silent image isn't quite enough to distract them. You see some of the weaker zombies and some of the skeletons are definitely heading in the visual direction that you've left, but a pile of them reach up and begin to kind of dig into your calves as you get out of there. And you're going to take a little bit of damage. So that'll be 27 points. No, 17. I added a 10 there. 17 points of damage from a couple different slashes.
We want.
But you are able to get away as you see the 30-foot mound of corpses just roll on top of your silent image. And it is no more.
Yeah, she kind of like takes a second once she knows she's like out of reach, to just kind of like observe from the sky in just like silent horror, like holy shit. And then she's gonna dash back towards the group.
Yeah, you make it now that you have like flying, and even if your flying gives out before you get back to the group, you're able to get out of the downtown city proper, which gives you away from most of the corpses, especially now that there is a full-blown ruckus happening there for a second. And you meet up with the rest of your group. I like to think that there's like one bloody rag that's like tucked in a corner. But other than that, everyone's just kind of like, ding, nothing's wrong.
Yeah, from both sides. Nothing
rain
happened.
soon.
Oh, what makes you say that?
I thought I heard thunder in the distance.
Oh, yes.
Does it rain in the waste?
I'm sure. Yes.
Let's hope it is water.
Oh, that was just a
Let it rain.
thunderclap.
Mm-hmm.
She can do that now.
Like
Yeah.
Sounds awfully
Wait, you did what?
counterintuitive as far as a stealth
Yeah.
operation goes.
I'm not gonna lie, not my proudest moment. It was kind of a reactionary thing. I forgot I could do that, and it happened. We don't need to speak of it anymore.
The thief wasn't good at sneaking?
If you saw the massive mound of bodies, I think you would be a little startled too.
There was a massive mound of bodies?
They roll.
That's not important, though. The important part
They're
is
rock?
that there is definitely a ton of treasure under the city, but there's magic darkness, so you can't see it from just the bottom of the stairs. Which means we all have to go in there.
Neat.
If it's
What
how
a
are we
great
going
way to go.
see?
Well, I could
got
see through it.
lights. I kind of like get some
Magical
lights pop up
darkness?
around me.
Wait, can I see
I
through
have,
magical darkness?
I've
No,
double
most
sight,
people
yes.
can't do that.
Before we get too into it, it was more of a gloom than it was an actual magical darkness. Kind
Oh.
of like
But
a
you know, if it was
haze.
more of a gloom,
fog
I wouldn't be
cloud.
able to see through that. Probably.
like maybe not like
So-
full fog, but like think like dry ice, kind of like emanating, but like then it hits that like layer where it doesn't want to go any higher, and like
Mhm.
I've
There
got
was
fun
magical
little,
darkness.
I
mean,
don't know if
I will say,
yeah.
according to Lily's Arcana check, magical darkness.
They look
I mean,
at
I don't
Octavia,
know.
she's like, I don't know.
I don't know if it sees through magical darkness, but I can make everyone see 300 feet in dark vision.
I have like
Maybe.
lights.
Sure.
And,
Al,
like,
if you want to
I
take,
hold my hand up.
if the rest of the group wants to take a short rest, other than Octavia and
Ooh,
Lily,
hey.
because it would have taken them a bit of time to get all the way downtown and then all the way back, and investigating wise, you would have had a little bit of downtime after opening the puzzle box.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
I don't really need it, but I guess I'll.
I get my bardic back, so I'll do that.
Yeah, so how'd it go? Did you get the box open?
Yeah.
Yes,
I think
we
it
did.
is it still stuck on Al's hand?
No, it was just one of those like
Hey,
it had a last like
I got it.
Yeah, no,
You know
no
we did.
problem whatsoever. And he like kicks the
See?
bloodied rag behind a rock.
It seemed
How about
like
you
it was
guys?
gonna be really fucked up, but it wasn't, so we're good.
Recovered fine, at least.
Like I said, I wasn't gonna lie anymore.
Yeah,
We got-
there's a lot of corpses. So many corpses.
Hi.
Fun.
So-
Fun.
I'm assuming they all heard you, especially from the thunderclap.
Probably.
All of them, probably. The city's really big.
It is quite large, in fact.
following you, are they?
Is it going to be easy?
No,
to get
I mean, like,
back
we can
to
see
the-
for, like, half a mile from here. We would know.
And
And none of them were invisible.
that we know of.
Oh, trust me, I know these things.
I would like to announce that I felt perceived, and that was why I tripped. Like, we were invisible, and I thought someone saw me. It's that, instinctive feeling. And as a thief, you tend to, well, you tend to know when people are watching you. Something
People
didn't feel
or
right. Something.
creature?
Something.
Something.
So then what's the game plan?
I don't know. I'm not the thinky person. Somebody else do it.
We're going underground.
Hey, Mr. Who's got the shard radar?
I do.
Ow.
Hey, Mr. Shard Radar.
We already know there's not a shard in the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that part.
I forgot about that part.
Well, perhaps one of us could make a noise distraction.
A lot of them are noise, some of them are visual. Really just depends. Sometimes they walk on all fours, sometimes one shambles. I've seen one hop with a leg.
Some of them like skitter. You're kind of cute if they weren't weird.
So are we going in the city?
Are we?
Or, like, what's everyone's vote?
I mean, I am curious, but after being attacked by a rolling mob of, like, hundreds of bodies,
I mean, I feel like that's
take it or leave it.
I feel like that's only an issue if we get caught, though. Like,
Yeah, it was only one ball.
I know the joke was that you're Februm's kid. Are you sure that you're not mine, Axel? I'm sorry.
What?
Okay, because he's got
What?
he's repping in Lee's kid, because he's got the whole like, let's go do it kind of attitude.
no, Zephyr, I think it makes more sense if we were siblings, or like cousins.
Oh, yeah, I guess
You
you're
know?
right.
Cousins
I
at
can see
least,
that.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make Lily my mom?
Or maybe you're my uncle,
What?
Zephyr,
I think
and I
Lily your
like it's
aunt.
one of those like we take
Full
after.
uncle? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
Mhm.
Dab me up, kid.
Hey. He goes and does it. He looks at Iris and he's like, "Oh,
Ooh.
Attaboy, kiddo.
When he gives him the "you like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward" face.
Yeah, Octavia's like, yes, so sound distraction, people distraction. Some of them use the scent of smell, some of them use visual, some use sound. It's really just a mixed bag of zombies.
Oh, you know what they say? Life's like a bag of zombies. No, it doesn't say that.
Literally no one says that.
I know,
so
don't say
are we
that.
making
Never
a
know
big?
what pots they're gonna have.
Are we making like a big distraction on one side and like sneaking in the other side, or like?
Well,
think
can
that could
any
be a
of us?
plan.
Do we just like airdrop in? I know most of us can fly.
I can kind of like hover, but like I can hang
You
on.
can borrow
to
my
someone and-
broom. People who don't fly can borrow my broom.
Wait, can you just naturally fly now, Winnie?
Yeah, I've been able to.
Don't you remember the escape from Aofig?
I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty hazy.
A long time ago.
I just, I like riding the broom, so I don't
Yeah.
use it that often.
No,
But
I mean
I
it's
can
cool.
fly, so you can use the broom.
It's cool. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like, that's pretty sick.
I think the less time we can spend on the ground in the city, the better.
So we put 2 people on the broom. Winnie flies by herself. Lily flies by herself. I'm probably fine.
What if you wish to fly?
Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Technically, I can make us all fly if you want me to wish to fly.
So, do we want to have someone on like standby, so if it does hit the fan, we can like put a text in the group chat and they can bring the Tide Strider around. We can get out of there.
I could
What?
run and grab it if that's
How does that?
the
What?
case.
Well, I mean,
We
like
sh-
someone just chills in the.
I do have to bring up the fact the Tide Strider is not quiet.
No. Also,
yeah. But it's fast.
yes, but it's not zombie proof. It's literally an open top. Also, it's not. I don't know if you've not seen the inside of the city like we've seen the inside of the city, and there's so much fucking debris. I would not be able to get it to
Why?
your exact location.
Why do you say that like it's some elitist club?
Do you want to join the
It's a
club,
what?
Zephyr?
Club. Yes, I want to join the club. I want to see the city.
Okay.
We're all going to the city.
We're literally all going.
We just gotta
I
figure
just
out
don't
how we
wanna
get there.
Die.
See, I think getting in the city is the easy part.
It's the getting out that's going to be hard.
So how do we get out? Let's start with that.
Oh, I
What's
don't
our
know.
plan?
I think you're like contractually obligated to wait until you're already in the city to figure out how you get out.
We run like hell.
Is that how that works?
It's
Yeah,
on
well,
something.
because we're gonna make a plan now, and then the thunderclap is gonna happen, and then we don't know what to do, and the plan was a waste of time anyway.
You make the plan fails. New plan.
Yeah.
I got magic that can help us sneak. So that's an option.
All right. Well, it takes a hot second to get even closer to the city, so maybe wait until we are. Oh no, we're flying in. I'm dumb.
Yes, we're flying.
Don't repeat that. We're, we're
Already
flying in.
got it. It pulls out the tape recorder.
Yeah, Octavia's like, we're flying in, so wait to cast whatever that spell is until we're like descending into the city.
And I've got something. I mean, Owl knows that I can do this, where I can like slow us down from falling, like a feather falling, and if you all want to just like grab onto me, it'll be like a parachute. We can just kind of.
But we'll be flying.
But we'll be flying, so we
won't
can
move.
do that
Oh.
ourselves.
Right.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We don't. I was thinking like. I don't know
was
how
able
to
to make
describe
these
it, like
boots.
like a bus in the sky, like a battle bus, and you just kind of fall out.
No,
of it. I
absolutely
thought that
not.
was the plan. Like we were dropping. it.
No,
We cast fly on the car.
no, it's so loud.
That's why we're so high. They can't hear it.
I
Okay.
was able to make these boots if anybody wants them. They will help with stealth.
Were they made
Oh.
for walking?
They were, actually.
And that's just
Just
what
what
they'll
they'll
do.
do.
What they'll do.
I thought I was about to say that he made the fall boots from Portal.
Oh,
No.
Not yet.
that'd be cool.
No, I've made these before for Februm, but
Yes.
I had to take them back and I made them again. So who wants them?
Neat.
Someone loud.
Someone who's not stealthy.
Al,
Yeah, I
do
guess
you
I have
need them?
disadvantage.
Oh, well,
I mean,
yeah,
I also
probably.
will...
I think didn't
Yeah.
Winnie have them
Magic.
earlier? Wasn't that?
I have heavy.
I had them at one point, but
That's right.
I
Winnie
think
does
Winnie
have
had it after.
heavy
I'll
armor.
hand them over to Winnie.
Yes.
Ooh.
I
Do
have
them
since
boots.
lost my negative
Um,
in stealth.
They are... What are they called? Crap. They're called Boots of Elvenkind.
Ah. Oh, they don't match my outfit.
I touch it and it matches.
It changes
God.
colors.
Yeah! Yay!
They're
Thanks.
reprogrammable.
Amazing.
Mhm.
So we're flying in, potentially flying out, because that was the easiest way to leave the city.
I mean, I think if I wish us in and wish us out, we should be fine.
Yes.
I
Two
think
uses,
let's
though.
just save that for an emergency.
Actually, I think
Also,
this is only
like,
going to
if we need
cost
to
me
escape.
one wish for the whole thing.
And we're like fully
But
convinced
like,
that the
are you
wish
gonna
is
pass
okay.
out this time? Because the last time you wished us out of somewhere, your hair turned brown and you passed out.
I've learned from now. Also, we're not teleporting. That's too. Do you want to teleport directly into that pile of corpses? Because that's an option, even if we're slightly off.
But we can teleport out.
We could definitely teleport out. I
could do
can't
that.
get actually like looks around, and he's gonna like grab like a little rock off the ground. He'll pull out a little quill and he'll be like, outside of Weird City. I'm like, okay, now we can teleport out.
That works.
That definitely works.
Okay.
So, that means that we really shouldn't split up while we're there because we all have to be within proximity to Axel.
Yeah. I know
Not
how
a
much you would like
problem.
to split up.
I don't know about you, but something about splitting up in weird city of moving corpses does not sound very entertaining to me.
Make for a good movie, though.
You're gonna name it after an animal like a raccoon or something.
You can see it now. Rocket.
Opossum City.
Possum City, that's a good one, Lily. She ignores Zephyr.
Wait, Possum City or Opossum?
Okay, so are we ready to fly in?
Yes,
Please,
let's go.
please.
Yeah, it's not. I think it's gonna take us more than like 10 minutes to get to the center of the city. So we probably shouldn't go with traditional fly. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes.
What is the
Yeah?
alternative?
What is the alternative?
As long as everyone is okay being
A cloud?
clouds.
Gaseous
Yeah.
form?
Fun.
Would be interesting.
I've never been a cloud.
Sweet. Let's change that. Axel is like I wish that we could all walk as fast as the wind. And Axel will use a charge of wish to cast Wind Walk on everyone.
Walk.
What do you do if the
Wind
wind's
walk.
going in the opposite direction?
Did nobody check these winds though?
So Axel and everyone in the party within the 30-foot range assumes a gaseous form for a duration of up to 8 hours. While in this cloud form, you all have a flying speed of 300 feet and have resistance to damage from non-magical weapons. The only actions that you can take in this form are the dash action or revert to normal form. Reverting takes a minute, during which time a creature is incapacitated and can't move. Until the spell ends, a creature can revert to cloud form, which also requires a 1 minute transformation.
Pretty nice.
And if the spell ends while you're in the air, you descend safely at 60 feet per round.
But it lasts for 8 hours.
It lasts for 8 hours, though.
Good God.
So, do we just want to fly through the thing first? Or...
We could.
Oh,
Try.
You were just
Doesn't
like,
say we can't talk.
this is true. So we'll just say it has a
Well,
windy aspect to it.
Yeah, but you might say that we can't.
A hushed whisper.
Yeah, it's just like the hello. It's the ghost of Christmas past. It's like that, like
Yeah.
Mm.
it's that like energy, voice wise.
Okay, well, let's go
Sam, I
then.
think you're muted.
Hot dog.
Oh, there
No,
we go.
not.
It's just quiet.
So then, let's go.
We're moving 600 feet around.
crazy.
Yep.
Insane.
That's
And then you have
what's up.
Octavia moving
Oh.
900 feet around with a bonus action dash. Just
Mm.
Damn.
I can lead the way.
but with Windwalk activated, you quite quickly make your way back into the center of the city. You see the 30-foot mound of corpses, still kind of situated where Octavia, you had gotten caught. They seem to kind of like be repiling themselves. There's a couple corpses that are being added to the piles, other ones that are kind of leaving. But you make your way around, and you see the entrance for the stairs that go downwards.
Octavia will lead, I guess. Avoiding corpses.
Sweet. How about everyone makes me just a quick stealth check?
Mm.
Uh-oh.
It's a 26.
Sweet.
12.
16.
I don't have advantage this time. I told you I need it.
Axel got a 6.
Wait, is this before or after we've landed?
This is
before.
as you were landing, so like as you're going down.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay,
The
so I haven't
3
been cast
for-
Pass Without a Trace yet then.
No, you haven't.
Okay, so that's an 8.
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
mean, I don't know how we're gonna transform, but
I got a 2.
Oh, joy!
2, 3. Oh, that's a nat 1. Okay. 2
Yeah.
failures.
Ooh.
I think that's plenty of failures.
There's a
We
lot
can,
of- That's a decent amount of failures. Y'all rocket down. There is an element of stealth that is attempted to be applied in the way of a missile. You're just like, if we just head straight down underground, then nothing can fuck with us. As you rocket downwards, your wispy forms pick up wind around you, and it echoes in these long corridors. And you begin to see in the distance corpses and other creatures moving in your direction as you land right outside of the stairway downwards. With very little time to react, as you see corpses in every direction heading right towards you.
Is there a door down there?
I hope not.
Shid.
Let's go.
Looking at
I
You
go. Throw it in.
you dive into this gloom, and you can feel it almost stick to you as you break through. But you dive down like probably 2 sets of like stairs where it goes down, evens off, goes down, evens off. Into the party doesn't know this, but for our players, a old subway tunnel.
Mhm.
A track of some sorts for a train sits empty and abandoned. As you get down here, you hear a commotion of individuals up above you. But nothing seems to follow you down here. I mean, you're worried about leaving this way. As you kind of look back up the stairs, and even the dim light that was present is no longer able to penetrate through whatever mound is now on top of the entranceway. But
The mound rolled.
you do seem to have a second.
Well, hopefully we have a minute.
You do, in fact, have a minute as you revert back to your normal forms in this subway. And you have a second to look around. And you see dozens and dozens of stone statues. Some
Oh God, it's like
skeletal
mannequins.
corpses. Some zombies. But even rarer, you see some statues of full humans. Dressed in elegant wares. Kind of paused mid-walk. Their cloaks flowing in this beautifully, naturally carved way. Just kind of scattered throughout this track.
So are these real
Settling.
people or are they fake people?
Is that the only reason why Julia knows something is because Julia's encountered one in a different campaign, but Octavia would have no idea. That's dumb. Octavia has no idea. She's like, does something turn people to stone?
I don't know. There's magic.
Petrification is awfully common in high magic beings.
Okay. How do we not get petrified?
Are we sure this is a
Axel,
recent
you're
thing?
old. Do you know anything about this?
It might not be.
Excuse me?
I mean, like, you've been around a while, is what I meant.
You've been around.
You hear anything like this back when the sky was blue?
I mean, like, there's like lots of things that petrify people. I mean, you got
Lovely.
basilisks, medusas, certain kinds of like stone giants.
Cool. So a whole lot of ugly things.
So we're in
Everyone
danger.
stay on your guard.
It's
No,
usually
Can it be-
really.
Are there rock chickens? I remember reading a story once about rock chickens, and I thought they were so cool.
I
Sorry,
think
what?
there's rock chickens.
Ooh, they're real.
Maybe.
I hope so.
Sounds
Octavia, that feeling of being watched comes back.
Can I pinpoint where it's coming from?
You look over your shoulder, you look around. Go ahead and make a perception check. While you do that, Zephyr, can you make me a perception check?
I'm scared that you picked me.
What is my perception? That's a 23.
That's a 9.
Um,
Oh, Zephyr's dead, guys.
Octavia, you kind of like look around. Try as you might, you can't figure out where this viewing is coming from. It's almost like every time you turn to look at it, it's just right at the back of your neck.
Hate that.
Zephyr, wasn't very high. You pretty much had to roll a 1 to not get this.
Oh,
But
thank God.
your ring begins to feel warm,
Like, hurt me warm? Or,
Mm-mm.
like
a
a nice
comforting
warm bath?
warm.
Oh.
As soon as you now, kind of like thinking back on it, as soon as you got underground, it warmed up a little bit, and it has a draw to it. It wants something, but you can't pinpoint exactly where it's pulling you to.
Do you need something? Like,
Zephyr, shush.
show me what you want.
I'm trying to... We're being watched.
We're being what?
Oh,
I can't tell where it's coming from. And she's just like turning her head.
did you hear something?
It's a feeling,
Don't cast
but a very
Thunderclap.
strong one.
Well, it might not be a good idea to stand in one place then.
So, do we go down?
So
the
we
big
think these are
ominous
real
dark
people,
tunnel?
then?
I think it's best to err on the side of yes.
So, can we take one of them back with us?
Why?
Hold on.
Well, I
Let her-
mean,
Sounds like an interesting idea,
Yeah.
honestly.
you can unrock people. If you rock a person, you can unrock them. And maybe we can ask them what's up.
Yeah, maybe they know stuff about the old world.
Maybe their
And then they
mind will
can
explode
retell
after
about
they
the
realize
untold
what's happening.
treasures.
How would we get them out?
Well, if it's a person, you can teleport them.
You can teleport a person out of rock, like being turned into stone.
We could teleport the stone back because it's still technically a person, right?
I would think
I think
it's
it's
more of an object.
It's an object until they're turned back from stone.
Ah, poo.
I don't know.
But-
It says
but-
a creature is petrified until the condition ends.
But if you can hold the stone, then I'm sure it doesn't matter either way.
That's true. You can carry it right out?
I can try.
Yeah. You're like mega
they-
strong.
Which one do you want me to grab?
Are they connected to the ground? Probably should check that first.
How many people are here? Like regular human people.
Regular human people, you've got 9 that you can
9?
see here. It's one of those, like, you're walking through almost like a maze of statues. You've walked into a garden store, and this is like the
Ew.
outdoor section that has all the decorative sculptures.
The
This
funny
is
little
Percy
guy
Jackson.
section.
I was
Yeah.
just gonna say this feels like Percy Jackson.
Is-
Piece of shit.
Do they have like similar clothing styles? Like, are they all from the same era?
I would say, okay, let's do some rolling. There is. I just dropped all my dice in my lap. Ugh.
Well,
Okay.
Sometimes they do be like that.
There are. Actually, make an investigation check. Roll some
do I get
dice.
advantage?
I'll
Yeah.
help you.
Okay. Well, I'm like, if it's clothing, maybe I get advantage. Oh! 15?
15. There are, okay, so you start looking at people, you're looking at their clothing. There are 3 of the 9, you recognize their clothing styles. These are not of your generation, but this is Aofian based clothing. There's probably a group of Ravensight students or full-blown Night Eyes that had made their way down here and have met an unfortunate end. There are probably 4 or would it be 4 or 5? I'm trying to do the math now. 3, 5. Yeah, there's 5 that have older clothing from a time long ago, but there's one that stands out. Now, as you're paying more attention to clothing, you can see that there are scattered bits of, like, the lower half of individuals' bodies that match this ancient style of clothing. You see one individual, masculine leaning, seems to be nice, tight-fitting clothes. There's no armor. There's no protective gear at all. There's not even like a backpack or anything on this person. The shoes don't seem like they'd be good for any sort of travel.
Are they? Do they look like they have holes in them? And they're like shaped like super bulbous with like a little strap.
No.
Oh, damn.
But you definitely like this statue has been eroded heavily. There's like parts of like the shoulder that aren't quite there. But from what you can tell, the main body of this figure is intact. And they seem to they're close to the this dip into this railway, just patiently waiting.
So you said... Oh, no, finish up first.
Now, where most other creatures seem to be running, moving, heading in a direction, this statue is just waiting, right on the edge. Seems to be slightly annoyed in expression.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So these shoes, are they like... Do they have like, extra sewing? Like extra needlework? Like, especially like around the toe?
Not quite, but there are 2 little like leather like frills up near the center, like tongue of the shoe. These
Okay.
are like some like penny loafer.
Yeah, I see.
Hell yeah. Very important. Thank you.
So you said that 3 of them looked like Raven Sight students?
You're not sure if these are,
Or just that time frame?
This is from like the last like give or take 50 years.
Okay. If they're just recent, then I don't look as sad as I would if they looked like students. But I find this one guy, I'm like, ooh, this guy. He's just like standing here, and his clothes are like way different.
Are you sure?
I'm sure his clothes are different, yeah.
The goal is to bring them back, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he's all there.
That's what I'm saying.
Kind of looks pissed off.
I mean, worst case, we just bring a rock back with us. But maybe we bring a rock that can tell us stories.
Souvenir.
Is this
I will-
holding hostage?
I wonder if we could mend him back together before we unpetrify him.
We could do that.
I mean, we'd
Probably
have to,
a good
find
idea.
You
Yeah.
just grab some gravel off the ground. Yeah, Lily just grabs like a fistful of gravel and sticks it to his shoulder.
I think Axel.
And
Found his
cast
ankle
mending.
over here.
Yeah. You mend it back into place, and that a little section of shoulder that had like divoted away seems to like nicely round back out. You're not sure if that was actually his body or anything, but you have provided materials.
I have closed up the wound.
Nice.
Hopefully that counts.
There you go. And then I can
I'll-
fill in the rest of the cracks.
Okay, I'll try him. I'll try.
I'll try him out.
I'll try to pick him up.
All right, give me a strength check.
Okay.
Wait, we should probably have 2 people do it, right?
I mean, I can help.
That's going to be
this
a.
Because 2 people can carry better than 1 person?
You said a strength check
Did say a strength
or athletics check?
I said strength check.
Okay. So I will use a charge of my armor of strength
Mm-hmm.
that I got from the last level up.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And that'll be total
Guidance.
16. That'll be total 18.
Oh shit.
Guidance.
I'm looking at Axel's. You can't double stack guidance.
Oh,
But I am looking
Very
at
funny,
Axel's spell list, and he
Pardon?
does have resistance. Oops.
Oh!
Oops. Axel was flirting a little too hard over there.
Yeah, he was not paying attention. He's like, wait, what? Al's dying?
Ah, shit. Again.
Oh, there's a lot of blood.
You said a 16?
An 18.
18. All right. You kind of like give him a good old bear hug. And you go to lift. And for a second, the rest of you are worried because there is a bit of resistance as you see that there has been some like limestone that has begun to like grow around his feet and kind of hold them down. And those of you with a crafting background, especially yourself, Al, worry for just a moment that the weak point, which would be the knees in this case, might give out before the stonework around base does. But you do get lucky this time. It just kind of pulls up. There's a little like popping sound as a little bit of that like wet rock releases from the tile flooring. He is very heavy.
All right, what am I doing with him?
Oh, well,
Can we
we're,
fit him
we're
in the
not
bag?
leaving yet.
Can we
Oh,
put him in the bag?
We can probably put him in the bag.
Is that a good idea?
Put him in the bag. Well,
Oh, we have to make him like
Sorry.
we have to make him like a doll again.
Yeah, we have to like shrink him and then put him in the bag.
We just got a collection of people in there, don't we?
This seems
What? Who else is in there?
My body.
Do we want
My
to put
other
him in
body.
the same bag, or do we want
God.
to put him in a different bag? How
I think
far
we're
do you
spending
want him?
a lot of time on this.
I say
Look,
just
you can leave if you want to. I just thought it was interesting, okay?
Isn't there something watching us?
Lily's
what happened to
voice
that?
kind of echoes throughout this cavern as you are all kind of talking and getting a little riled up about this. Winnie, you're the farthest kind of out of the group, and you happen to glance down one of the tracks, and you see a small red light. Just... And then you see several more red lights.
Yeah, she like taps. Probably Zephyr. She's like,
Yeah,
guys,
what's up?
guys, turn around.
Hey, Octavia.
yes. Oh my God.
The red lights begin to quickly move closer towards you all. Just far down the tracks, you just look into this dark gloom. You see these lights kind of circling towards you quickly. You have
Come and
kind
put him in
of
the bag. We gotta go.
just a second to react. What are you doing?
Is there like a corner that we would potentially like any type of corner that I would be able to fit everyone behind and try and hide them all?
There are plenty of corners.
Zephyr, I'm gonna try and start like shepherding everyone around the corner, and then cast Pass Without a Trace, and I'll try and get everyone to hide around this corner.
Okay, but Al needs to turn this thing into like a doll, so we
can
can.
come back for him.
Yes, let's just come back for him.
All right.
Survival first.
Is it wide enough? Like, is it gonna hit us regardless? Like, is it coming down like the entire? Does it fill the entire? Do you know what I'm trying to ask?
Oh yeah, that's actually a
Is it,
really
like-
good question.
Yeah, like even if we hid, would it hit like the things we were hiding behind? Like, does it fill the whole space
So this
towards us?
thing is like it looks almost like a train light, heading down the track area, but you're on a platform, so you can like hop into a corner on the platform, and this thing is definitely not gonna hit you.
Sure.
All right, this is a niche reference, at least somewhat. But if anyone knows, there was a tech demo for Kingdom Hearts 3 where he is running away. Sora's running away from this wave of Heartless, and you've got their little like glowy eyes throughout all the darkness. This is, look it up. It's really cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull everyone into this corner and kind of like push them all behind me and
we're
Pass
invisible
Without a
now?
Trace us.
Okay.
We're not.
Not so much
You're not invisible. It's just harder for.
but we get a plus 10 if we
detected.
want to make a stealth check and hide.
Okay.
Which I'm gonna yell. Okay,
And
everyone,
I will cast
quiet, hide.
telepathic bond so that we don't have to talk out loud anymore.
Sweet.
I literally touch everyone's temple with my ET finger.
Just bing, rings around. Okay, everyone, give me a stealth check.
Plus
And
10.
you add 10.
19.
Okay.
23.
23.
24.
37.
I'm like, Axel's over here with a 30.
Yeah,
A
Octavia
natural
got a
20.
37.
Zephyr's gonna kind of position everyone else behind him, if possible.
Okay.
So that way, if something does happen, he'll tank it as well as he can.
Alright. I need a show of hands. Who got below a 22?
I rolled a 6.
Oh.
16, I assume. Yeah.
So that's just under half.
Yeehaw.
And no one rolled a 1, right?
Okay, before I know the outcome, I can still bardic. Oh no, I can't give it to him. Okay.
You gotta bardic before the check.
Beforehand.
They can use. Okay, I get it now.
They can use it before the outcome, but you gotta bardic before the check.
I'm sure I've said this before.
But it's all good,
You
y'all.
corrected me.
I guess Iris should probably roll too, but I don't have stats for her, so it's okay.
Yes, we'll just say that she made it.
We got it.
We'll put her in the neutral category, which still puts you as a group success. As you hide in this corner, Zephyr pulls the shadows closer to you as they begin to grip onto your clothing, kind of darkening the space around you. Lily creates a telepathic connection, so you no longer have to talk outside. And you wait for a second. You slowly begin to hear as the red light enters into this entranceway, and where you might have been expecting some large contraption or something, you see just a large skull, sharp pointed teeth, several little red dots around it. As it enters in, it's like, huh?
Oh.
Hmm?
Oh, it's so cool.
It
Oh.
has one big red dot in the center of this skull, and you swear the dot blinks for a second, and then begins to kind of shine outwards in this red light as it scans around.
Oh, God,
Now
it's the
Now I
from
know I
Monster.
heard something. Well,
Lily's like, it's the eye thing that we fought with before. Except it's dead now.
I think.
Wait,
What?
You remember the thing I ripped the tentacles off of and I tied him up? It's just like that, except it's dead.
Do we recognize this voice?
I wouldn't say so. Just because this voice is similar to other things does not mean that this is the same character.
I'm not saying it's the same thing we fought. I'm just saying it's. Lily
Right.
thinks it's the same family of creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be that skeleton that Hagatha had.
Oh, look at that. Someone must have gotten them all riled up again. I bet they got it, though. It flies over towards the entranceway, kind of skirting past your group. Looks upwards. Well, at least it's blocked off for the time being. Seems like my work here is done. Turns around. Flies off. It one sec. Yeah. It like bumps into like one of the statues. One of like the Raven Sight ones. How dare you! And you see one of the red orbs that are flying around its head begins to grow in kind of power, in intensity, and it shoots a beam towards that statue, which is instantly disintegrated. That's better. And it begins to fly back down the corridor.
Oh, that turned them into the statues. I get it.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
If it's what I think it is, then I believe Hagatha called it a beholder.
Yeah, but it's dead now.
Who's Hagatha?
It's like
Yeah, who are you talking about?
it's like
The
a
arms
tyrant,
dealer.
a tyrant of the dead.
Like,
It's like
The leg stealer.
you know.
You know.
No.
No.
I asked because I don't.
We mentioned Hagatha.
She gave me the box.
Right.
Oh, and you gave
Oh,
her
she
your
took
leg.
your yeah. mhm.
Leg,
A leg,
yes.
yeah.
It cost an arm and a leg,
Uh-huh.
but just a leg.
Just the leg. Maybe a few teeth. Unrelated.
That was a different thing.
That was something
What?
else.
You lost teeth too?
Note to self: I don't think these three are allowed to go shopping by themselves anymore.
At least.
Anyway,
Unless.
unless,
Think that at me.
are we still gonna go?
Yeah.
Look
Yeah. Okay. I think
around.
it's safe now. Let's just make it quick, quiet, and then find a way out.
Very
Yeah.
Quietly.
So painfully quietly, please.
Okay.
Bye.
Which way are you
I'll
headed?
keep the spell out.
Not that way.
Yeah.
The
Definitely
other
not
way.
that
The
way.
way that thing went, not that way.
Unless that's where its nest is, which is
That's
where the
true.
treasure would be.
But
That
we
would
shouldn't
be
start
true.
there.
True.
Okay, so you're going down the other way.
Yeah.
Okay. You head down that way, and you're traveling along the path for a while. The haze begins to thin out a little bit. Octavia, that sense of being watched, the farther away you get from the direction that thing went, lessens.
Okay.
The amount of statues that you see becomes increasingly smaller. Especially as you get to the next platform. There doesn't seem to be as many on this side. It smells horribly. But also, Zephyr, the farther you move in this direction, the colder your ring begins to feel.
Hey, guys.
Yo.
I don't know if now's a good time to say this, but I think my ring is playing hot or colder with me. I think it
Oh,
wants something.
Are you winning?
Doesn't.
No,
You winning, son?
it's getting colder.
Oh,
Did it get like really warm when the beholder skull thing got close? Okay.
Didn't change when that thing got close.
that's good.
I
Maybe
think it
it's
wants
pointing
us
at
to go the
treasure.
That
other
means it's
way.
not that specifically.
Treasure.
But I feel like that's important considering how I still don't really know what this thing can do, but it has done nothing but good stuff for me. Would
I'm not
anyone
going
be
to
willing help
argue.
me?
I wouldn't. I can't argue with following strange urges. So
Don't think it like that.
I just.
I'm not-
I
oh,
support
I
you.
just did.
I'm not
I
opposed.
I
just-
just did.
Don't think
Well,
of me with
we-
that kind of tone.
well, we can
Came
head
down
right
here
back
looking
that
for
way.
treasure.
I mean,
There's nothing here, right? Like in the immediate area.
Make a perception check.
I was gonna say I'm gonna sculpt this place out, just like one look around.
we have
26.
an hour. Probably now like 40 minutes. We've got like 40 minutes before I need to cast our little sneaky sneak again. So
You're good, creature wise. You do still hear like movement, like directly above you, but you have a feeling that's coming from the street level. It's very muffled and faint, and you don't see
only
anything moving on this level, except you do begin to like look into the corners, and there are every so often you see a snake slither from one crack to another.
Snakes?
Why'd it have to
What's
be
the matter,
snakes?
Octavia?
Nothing. It's an observation. I'm not about to get bit.
Touche. So follow the ring then? I mean, that takes us back where
That thing went.
that thing went. So we will probably need to hide again at some point, so stay close. If anyone else has this, can we, like, stack it, perchance?
No. 5th edition, you can only be affected by the same spell once.
What if I were to program it to say otherwise?
Do you want to try?
Does anyone else have it?
It's like, I doubt it.
Then I can't, yeah. Alright, well, let's go then.
Okay.
Do it.
You head back down the tracks. The gloom returns. That watched feeling now begins to emanate towards all of you. You can't help but feel that something is watching your every movement, but you can't pin what's watching you or what it can tell. And the statues ever increase. It becomes difficult at times to make forward progress as you're having to slip between different statues that have now kind of fused together in areas. You are crawling over bits of stonework. I'm sure there's at one point someone makes a misstep and breaks off someone's arm. But you make steady progress. Can everyone make me another stealth check, please?
There we go.
I got a nat 20, so that is a 38.
36.
28.
My roll was funnier than 24. 25.
Hold on.
What are we adding to this again?
10.
18.
Unnatural 20.
Sweet. 24 from Axel. So a little bit more together this time. You are doing your damnedest to be quiet, knowing the dangers that are ahead of you. You make forward progress. I would say Octavia, Winnie, and Lily, you also begin to notice paintings along the walls. Certain statues that seem to be facing the paintings instead of down the corridor. Paintings of light, of an orb. They're faded at points and difficult to make out. But knowing what you do, this has some relation to the being.
The being, as in like the basilisk or whatever they said it was?
No, the
Beholder.
This is for... Sorry, I'm trying to think of the name. The shard being.
Oh.
You see, you finally kind of get to a point that has a little bit of a clearing where the statues seem to be lined up in a kneeled prayer. And there's a depiction of a genderless being formed of light with a full orb sitting in its stomach.
Oh.
Whoa.
Is that what I think it is?
I don't know. What do you think it is?
The shard being the entity that Lily and Februm were trying to contact.
It very well could be.
You said it's like a painting?
Kind of like, think like a mosaic.
Can I, like, put my hand on it and see if I can, like, if there's any, like, magic type aura coming from it, or any, like, celestial type aura coming from it?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. Wow, my dice hate me today. I haven't rolled above a 10. That's a, what is my Arcana? That's a 2.
Yeah,
Rip.
you're not. You know, you're definitely getting an
Ooh.
aura from this thing. You know, it like, it's special.
I read star signs. You guys, it's a Virgo.
You get like
so-
goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Like, ooh.
Ooh. Guys, it's just really cool. It's like a really
Yeah.
Did you sense anything?
No. I can just tell it's cool.
Fair enough.
But I'm also having a hard time, so maybe someone else should check it out.
I could take a look at it if.
Please do.
I had nightmares about Al's weird worm thing, so
You
kind
did?
of out of it today.
You did?
Yeah, after meeting it, that thing's weird.
You met Ned.
Uh-huh.
It has a name.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
I thought you all knew this, but apparently I didn't.
I forgot conveniently.
I've never seen him. It's.
That's...
Yeah, he's weird.
I thought you were making it up.
Did people want to say hi? Is that's what happened?
Can they hear him?
Quietly.
I actually like to think that
We're
through the
telepathically
telepathic bond, everyone hears Ned.
Oh my god.
She's like, what the hell is that?
Oh.
Oh my god! Hey
Somebody
everyone!
leave the party open.
Oh god. It's free chat.
It's like a guest appearance on a kids show. Like.
Hi kids! Hi kids! It's Ned!
And then it does like the children like cheering like yay!
Yay!
Just like a bunch of
Today we're gonna reanimate corpses!
Yay! It does the wow!
Wow!
Hello?
Hello?
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but like, yeah, I'm here. What's up?
You're real.
Are you just like
Interesting.
in
Think I
him
was
always?
picking him up?
I mean, don't get too freaky with it, but pretty much.
You're
But
putting words in my
absolutely.
mouth.
Kind of sus, Tavi.
I bet you guys like 20 gold coins that he's smoking inside of Al right now.
You
Kind of
definitely-
sounds
There's
like
just like a little bit of smoke that comes out of Al's ear.
Ah,
Hi. Do
That
you happen
cannot be
to
good for
know
you.
about this painting?
Let me roll. Let me see if I know anything.
Are you like super
Nope.
mega old?
What do you
I mean,
by
I'm
that?
No.
I'm pretty old, but you know, like they like kind of locked me away for a bit there. Like I've been trapped in like one of those puzzle
you're
boxes.
young in terms of exploring the world.
Oh, that's true.
I haven't been around for a while. I mean, like,
It's great for your.
I mean, I could take a guess
sound
at what
great
that
for your
is. Like, it's probably like some greater god entity. Doesn't look like any god that I know, though.
Fun.
So fun you had to repeat it
Assumption
3
that's
times.
the
Looks
shard
like a fourth.
being then.
Anyway, it's pretty dank down here. If anyone needs me, I'm gonna go have a pack back here in the back of Al's braid.
Just an entire
I'm into
pack.
smoking, but not that kind.
Where are you getting
Yeah, it's
these?
weird.
I feel like that's an important question we're not asking.
I
The
stopped
presence kind of
asking
just like
questions.
fades away. Ned has left chat.
Bye, kids.
So there's multiple paintings. Are there multiple paintings of this entity?
This is definitely like the most put together, but you see that there are like depictions of like the different shards and like of the entity doing different things, of like recreating the world, and there are dozens of people that seem to have been petrified in worship.
Oh.
Hmm.
And you said this is a mosaic, right? Because I wasn't conceptualing this right at first, but like, this thing probably was making these images, right? They don't look like, oh, I painted a whole image. It's like, oh, I stuck together a bunch of colors, and it looks like this now.
I think I used mosaic wrong. That is my bad.
Okay.
This looks like. I mean, it's like human made, and it's put together almost like a cave painting or like finger paint, kind of like.
But it's still like one image. It's
Yeah,
not like a
mirror.
compilation of. Okay.
No, you've got like one big image, and you've got a whole bunch of other little depictions and things that probably have
Yeah.
stories that have been lost.
Oh, like
to
a
the ages.
like a tapestry.
Yeah.
It
like a
think of
painted-
a mural for like when like someone is lost, and so you have like all of these different pictures of them after like someone has passed tragically. So you've got like the
Yeah.
one big picture in the middle, and then you've got all these other little pictures, and you've got like the remnants of like maybe a candle here and there. And they kind of they continue, and they become more complex the farther down this tunnel you go.
Is there any like iconography or like images on? You said people were petrified in worship. Like, is there any like symbolism associated with that? Are they wearing something specific?
I would say, especially as you've gotten farther down this tunnel, you're starting to notice more of that sleek, non-useful clothing. These are like people from the old world.
Interesting.
Do the paintings seem to depict some sort of like fall, or is there like a specific action that's being shown?
The actions that you're seeing are extents of this being's power. It doesn't really seem to be telling. It's hopeful imagery. Like, think like, very much like, I would say stained glass in a church, but there are definitely, like, not as hopeful imagery in some of those cases. It's a lot of, like, post-resurrection imagery.
So this is like stage 2.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you think this thing knows about the entity in the shard?
Do you want to ask?
Kinda.
Do you think
That sounds like a bad idea.
do you think the people before the fall were planning to resurrect the shard being after killing all the gods? Like, was that their plan
I-
originally?
I kind of thought they were trying to be their own gods. It's kind of
Yeah, it's kind of the vibe I got.
the vibe I got. Yeah.
Well, that's what I figured too, but
Well,
these people are clearly worshipping a rise of something greater.
But I thought Lunaris was the one that was like pushing for this too.
I don't follow.
Um. Well, it could be the higher up people wanted to become gods, but the lower people wanted this entity to rule instead.
But where would that leave Lunaris and Blazidon in wanting to resurrect them too?
Did they want to resurrect?
It seemed like Blazidon's goal was definitely to bring them all together.
His was change. He wanted this world to end by whatever means necessary, and the shards
But
are
that
kind of
was
his.
after this had taken place.
Yeah, I think this is before.
I think Blazidon now wants the resurrection. I don't think that was always his thing.
But maybe there was a subset of people that wanted this resurrection all along.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. I mean, otherwise, why would these be down here?
I mean, this does have like cult energy, which means it doesn't have to be most people.
Yeah, we've been dealing with a lot of those lately.
We are quite literally underground, around a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels very culty.
Wouldn't be
Well-
the first time that's happened.
We should probably keep moving before.
Yes, I don't wish to linger
That's
here any
fair.
longer than we have to.
Okay.
At least if we take care of him first.
You continue moving. Down the corridor, this imagery becomes better done. The artistry becomes refined. It's a lot of the same imagery, though. You continue down your way quietly until you reach a door. Large iron door, big bolts. Key in the center. Looks to be shut tight.
You said the key is in the center?
Keyhole in the center.
Keyhole.
Yeah.
Can I look around to see if there's a key line somewhere?
Give me an
just try and, like,
investigation
open it?
check. There is writing above the door, but none of y'all can read that shit.
18.
18. You look around. There is no key.
Okay.
I assume we don't really have 10 minutes here.
I
Februm,
wouldn't want to stay
Um,
for 10 minutes, no.
Yeah.
Februm, you don't
I'm-
need 10 minutes because as you look at this writing, your
Ah.
eye translates it for you.
There it is.
I don't
As
even
this
need
is
comprehend languages. Why did I pick it up?
as this is this is writing of the old world.
Mhm.
What would this say exactly? Probably says, here we shall wait out disaster until the resurrection of light has begun.
He repeats it back to everyone. It seems like these people were in between the beginning of the devouring and the fall thereafter. I imagine they were staying here for safekeeping until the rest of the plan went through.
So
They robbed
does
themselves so they wouldn't die of the devouring.
Hmm.
That is a possibility.
Or maybe they didn't even know it was gonna happen. They just knew it was gonna be bad.
Are we trying to get in? Zephyr, you said your ring or whatever was doing something. What's happening?
What's my ring feeling right
As you've been walking down this hallway, it keeps getting warmer and warmer.
now? Go in hot mode. I'm gonna hold it up to the door and see if I feel like a change in heat.
I mean,
Hold
like,
my hand up to the door.
it's not necessarily a change in heat, but you put your ring towards that door, and your ring wants to go through that door.
I have
Alright.
an idea, but I don't think it's gonna work. Hey Ring, you know how you like sometimes turn all liquidy? Do you think you can like take the shape of the key?
I can do that.
Oh, you can do that?
I have
Oh,
a thing that does that specifically.
Oh, then do that.
It would just act as lockpicking tools, but
I could
'cause-
also try to pick the lock.
is it a large lock? You said it was a large door.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a sizable door, but like
It's like like a regular keyhole.
it's a regular keyhole and a fucking
Keyhole.
massive door.
It's like
Octavius,
I don't know if this
that
lock is gonna
locking
hold
mechanism
it.
would hold the door very well.
Octavius
just like
I
one
don't know,
deadbolt.
It's a lock. It's a lock. I can always try.
Let's not. I'll go first.
No faith, a lot of you.
Well, no, it's just that if it doesn't work, there's a chance you could break the lock. And Owl's thing is like made for.
well,
doing
it
this.
would still have the same effect. I want
Oh, okay. Who's better at it then?
Do you
In
have
practice?
proficiency in
to.
thieves'
I can
tools?
hold on. Where's this
What
at?
if Octavia
I'm like,
used
it might
Al's
be-
device?
It might.
Because
it might
Al,
be
you
me.
you would have expertise in
Yeah.
thieves' tools
Mhm.
because you have your tool can make you proficient in thieves' tools even if you don't have proficiency, and because you're an artificer, you get expertise on all tool proficiencies.
Yeah.
Damn, broken.
So it'd be double your proficiency plus your dexterity.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Let Al do it.
plus 12. I'll do it.
Pretty good. Got plus guidance.
Very good.
My sleight of hand is plus 13, but.
Oh.
So if you can't do it, I'll try, but.
All right. I will hold my palm up to the lock, and my
You've got this, Al.
all-purpose tool will just kind of like melt around my hand into the lock, and I'll attempt to do this.
I'm gonna put my hand
Cap.
on his shoulder and he starts to get hyped up.
Okay.
Beautiful. Go ahead and give me a lockpicking check.
Alrighty. With the guidance,
With a guidance.
32.
32.
Damn.
This is a difficult lock, but you gotta just like press your hand up against it, and your armor melds into the mechanism and just creates the key that it needs to. And you turn your hand there is a heavy clanking sound as the door releases from its hinges. Not as squealy as you think it would be. But Al, I do need you to make a con save.
This is gonna be so bad. I will a flash of genius to make it 14.
Al unlocks the door. The door opens a little bit, and then from Al's hand, you watch his entire body turn to stone.
What?
And you know,
Oh no!
we're getting close to the end there. Let's call it there for right now.
No, don't do that. No.
You can't!
Surely not.
I think that's a good spot. You know, I know we haven't done a whole lot of dungeoning, but I was curious to see if anyone was gonna check for traps.
Oh.
I almost said something. Why didn't I say anything?
But anyway,
Out.
thank you all for joining us tonight. It's great to have you. Julia.
You should drink water. It's very good for you.
Amazing. Anyone else?
Yeah. It'll keep you from turning to stone.
Subscribe to YouTube.
True.
Join Discord.
Absolutely.
Check for traps.
Check for traps.
Always check for traps.
Check for traps.
Anyway, thank you all for joining us tonight. We hope you had a good time. We are very happy to be back and going for it. I mean, at
Are
least
we?
I am.
Are we, Max?
I'm having a great time. I don't know about y'all.
We're all suffering. Max is like, great, welcome, bye.
Anyway, we'll see you next time. Have a good night.